Hello there. Quote of the day: integrity is choosing actions based on values rather than on personal gain. So we are in a series called Words of Wisdom, bringing you connection to motivation and inspiration through the words of wisdom written by other people. I don't actually know who wrote that quote. It was an anonymous quote, so I can't give credit to anyone. It's not mine, but I think it's so significant and important. And the topic of integrity has been coming up this week, and I wanted to spend a little bit of time around it today. My name is Tally, and I'm a life and personal development coach, and I work with leaders to create lives of overflowing impact in the world that are centered in a place of joy, all about getting you aligned to who you most truly are, get you firing on all cylinders, and creating a life that you love living. So all about getting you into a place where you've created a life that you love, you enjoy it deeply because it's out of who you're made for, and getting to be in overflow around that with other people in your sphere of influence. So today, talking about integrity and why it's important. So integrity is choosing your actions based on your values, not by what you're going to get out of it, not by your personal gain. And that's been coming up in several different conversations that I've been having. But one client this morning had a session with him, and he has been doing some work around this. He's like, I'm finding little integrity gaps in my life that used to, I didn't think twice about it. And now it's kind of starting to I'm like noticing it, and I don't feel great about it. Little things in life, like when he goes to return an Amazon order, and normally would mark defective so he doesn't have to pay for shipping, and realizes it's not actually defective, he just doesn't want it anymore, and realizing that marking that, because that's what's in integrity with what he values, being really honest about things, not exaggerating the truth, not doing what's convenient for personal gain. He's like, the $6, it's just worth paying that for my integrity. Little things like that, or exaggerating the truth, being like, yeah, I know, when he doesn't actually know. Stopping himself and realizing, I don't actually know. And so one of the things he's committed to that I think is really inspiring and wanted to share with you guys is committing to doing a check-in with himself every night to notice if there were any places that he was out of integrity, and he's committed to going back and cleaning that up by sending a text message, by whatever, being in communication before he goes to bed that night, sending an email maybe about something that he was out of integrity in. Either he exaggerated the truth, he wasn't 100% honest, any places that he was out of integrity in that 24-hour period, cleaning it up before he goes to bed. And I was like, man, if you do that, it's going to help get you to a place, because it's uncomfortable to do that. It doesn't feel good to have to go back and say, you know what, I actually didn't tell you the truth about that, or I completely exaggerated that, or I told you I had handled this when I actually hadn't handled it. I just didn't want to tell you that I hadn't gotten it done. Whatever those things are, it's like if you go back and you do that and you're radically honest with people, first of all, it actually, even though it feels like it will cause disrespect from that person, it actually causes them to trust you more, because you're in integrity with those little things. You're cleaning it up. The fact that you're cleaning it up, that you're being honest when you didn't have to be, oftentimes actually creates more respect for you and builds more trust than if you hadn't said anything at all. So that's one thing. Second thing is, it just is uncomfortable to do. It doesn't feel good to do it. And so it's one of the quickest ways to train your brain to stop yourself before you actually have one of those integrity kind of slips or whatever. When you're like, oh, if I say this, I'm going to be cleaning this up tonight, I'd rather just handle it now and be honest that I didn't finish the thing that I said I would do, and here's what was in the gap, and here's what you can count on me for going forward. So those little places of integrity matter. And when your value is that I want to be somebody who is completely honest, I want to be somebody who does not stretch the truth or doesn't, and whatever that line is for you, getting your integrity in line with your values, not with your personal gain. And a lot of times when there are opportunities, when, I don't know, like a cashier doesn't I don't know, charge for something. Like, I've been like, oh my God, it's so inconvenient, but I'm going to go back and tell them that and handle it because it's worth the $24 to me or whatever it is to like do what I feel like is right. Little things like that where I will ask myself sometimes, is it worth this dollar amount for my integrity? And it's not always money things. You know, sometimes it's integrity with your time or integrity. There can be a lot of different ways that integrity is applied. For me, there was a season, I don't know, it's probably 15 years ago now, but I remember just being like, I want to, the same thing that this client's going through. I want to get this in alignment. I don't want to exaggerate anything. I don't want to, and so I would start cleaning it up, and I was like, it's so painful to do. It's so like, but I was committed to doing it, and it did not take long. Choosing to get the integrity back in alignment, it didn't take long before I was like, I'm just gonna get it in alignment before I have to go back and fix it, because it's just not fun to do. But it's powerful. Whatever the integrity gaps are in your life, whether it's honesty in a situation, whether it is just little things that you let slide and you're like, does it really matter that much? Here's why it matters. Because you know, even if nobody else knows, you know, and there's something when you are in integrity with yourself, when you do what you say you're going to do, when you're completely honest with your word, when you don't exaggerate, whatever those things are, it causes you to be really confident in yourself. Even if nobody else ever knew about it, you know, and you know in your heart that there's something like a little bit out of alignment. And when you get those things in alignment, you just trust yourself so much more. And it builds an incredible amount of confidence when you are living in alignment with what you value. And your words match your actions, and there's just integrity there. It's a powerful place to come into. So if anything is stirring in you in this conversation as we're talking, notice what it is, and actually create a plan for yourself. So for this one client, it was, within that evening, I am going to clean up anything that I was out of alignment in my integrity. So what would it be for you? What is something that you could do? Maybe it's accountability with another person. Maybe it's writing something down. I don't know what the action step would be that would support you, but I really encourage you to just, and it doesn't need to be like cleaning everything all up today, but what is a step that you can take that will move you into creating more confidence in yourself, more confidence around being your word, doing what you say you're going to do, and living out of your values. So blessings. Hope that's supportive for you. We'll be back again tomorrow with some more words of wisdom in this series, Coaching with Tally. Blessings. Have a beautiful day. We'll see you soon.